Hello. How's everybody? I haven't posted this week. Um, Saucy postcard messages. I've been a bit busy. Um, I have been listing a bit. Um, I'm up to I think I'm just under 150 listings. I know, compared to some of these sites, it's nothing. But as I commented on somebody who made a comment on one of my videos, we've all got to start from somewhere. It was a little bit disheartening to read that. I don't think this person meant any harm. In fact, I think this person was trying to say, keep it real is more than anything. Because yeah, I look at these and I think, oh wow, I get very excited about reading them. But that's not because I think, oh, Sherbert, this is going to make me $100. No, I don't think that at all. I think if I make a pound off it, I'm doing well because I didn't spend very much on these, to be honest. I like reading the messages because I'm a historian. I teach history. I love history, and I just love looking at these old images and what places used to look like. And I know not everybody shares that. Uh, some people do. They're called collectors. Okay, so I mean, saying something's worthless, maybe it is. Maybe it's going to sit there on eBay for years before I notice it hasn't sold, and then I think, well, I've got to think of something to do here. Put it in a job lot. Yeah, so I mean, that's just kind of like if that person is watching this. I wasn't angry at the comment. I think that you meant well and your intentions were good. I think you were essentially saying, hey, keep it real. Don't think you're going to get rich off this. Because I was looking at my page thinking, I haven't had any sales. Am I doing something wrong here? Am I listing the wrong stuff? Am I not titling it? And then I ran across this morning a video by, I forgot his name, but he does Epic Treasures. And it's really weird. I just appeared in my box and I switched it on because I look at the postcard people that are very successful, the ones that have been at it for a while and what they do, and just to learn. And this is all a learning experience for me. It's a learning experience for anybody that jumps into this. And he said exactly what I needed to hear. And he said exactly what I suspected as well. He says, first of all, the title of it was The Hard Truth About Selling Postcards. And I just thought, oh God, have I got about 4,000 of these things here that are just going to collect dust? Maybe. But I immediately thought by the title, oh, shit. This is just something that very few people make money at. Well, no, it was quite the opposite. What he meant by that was, don't get caught up in the lure. Because as soon as you do something like this, you get all these videos in the algorithm triggers these videos of people making thousands, $200-$300 a day. Or I live in England, so it's pounds. I'm American, but I live in England. And he says, well, yeah, there are definitely people that do that. And he mentioned a couple of other people that I watch, but they've been doing this for 10 years, 20 years. They built their businesses up. And to be a real success at this, he says basically what I said in my first video. Unless you get the Titanic, sinking, the last person to get the picture and it somehow survives. Yeah. First of all, eBay's probably not the place you're going to sell that. You're probably going to go to Sotheby's or a real auction house, get that thing valued. But anyway, again, it's like lottery. Unless you've got really rare ones that are going to sell, those are the people straight away that are going to make the money. The rest of them are just like you and me. It starts out as a hobby, like me. I do it because I love history, and I love social history, and I love art history, and I love history, anything history. I love, and I love seeing, like I said, I love looking at this and going, wow, I bet that doesn't look like that anymore. Where is this, by the way? This is Santander, Spain, where the bank. Actually, the bank originates there. Yeah, I'll bet dollars to donuts. So you go there now. I don't look like that. So that's the appeal to a lot of people. He also said, cards like this, yeah, they're fairly collectible. These are chrome finish ones, but these are mass produced. This is probably, just by the look of it, I mean, I'm not an expert on dating these things, but I can tell this is probably maybe 70s, maybe 80s. It could even be older. Just by the colors in it, I think it is. I don't think it's much older than that, but again, I'm learning. I put this on eBay for $100 or £100, and nobody's going to look at it because they're going to think it's not worth that. But you know, it might fetch a couple of pounds because somebody might think, oh, okay, this is St. Michael's Mount in Cornwall. This is a big, it's a pretty fairly well-known tourist attraction. And it doesn't look the same anymore. I'm not going to say it's completely different. You'd recognize it, but you know, things change over decades. The landscape changes. So travelers, people that are interested, might be interested in that. No, they're not going to pay a crap load of money for it, but they might think, yeah, it's worth a couple of bucks. I'll buy it. I'd like that area, or I'm from that area, or I took a holiday in that area, and I remember it fondly. Um, this is in Wales. I have a lot of ones from Wales. The ones from Wales get quite a few views, funny enough. And I'm not even going to attempt to say the Welsh pronunciation, so I'm just going to embarrass myself and insult my Welsh family. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. Oh, this is Cambridge University. I've actually got a couple of these. And this is, oh, crikey, 1959. So again, somebody that went to Cambridge, somebody that's visited Cambridge University, because in addition to being a university, it's a big tourist attraction. It does a lot of conferences and things like that. They might be interested in that. So yeah, he basically also said, look, you have to build this up over time. You've got to be practical. Unless it's almost, you're not going to get rich on this overnight unless you get that one postcard like the Titanic sinking that just clears your mortgage and probably sets you up for life. You probably got just as much of a chance of winning the lottery. Okay, anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at with the postcard thing. I'm going to keep going because I just genuinely enjoy it. Again, I'm not retired yet. Whatever be. I'm not in a position to sit 8 hours a day and load these. It's generally when I finish work and I've got an hour or so just to wind down, and I snap. Sometimes on a good night I'll get 10 up. This is, again, I'm just starting. I'm not going to go out and invest in expensive scanners and things like that until, you start getting a little bit of money back. And he even said in his first quarter, he made $100, $100. I'd be happy with that in my first quarter. So, the fact that I haven't made any sales yet doesn't necessarily mean I'm just posting worthless crap on eBay. And believe me, I've seen some of the worthless crap on eBay and some of it sells. I mean, not in terms of postcards, I mean anything. Yeah, and I've also looked at other avenues as well that I enjoy. I looked at some vintage sewing patterns. I've got a set of those that I'm going to go through, just a small set, like 7 or 8, because I don't know much about that. My mom's the expert on that kind of thing. And but old photographs as well. I've got some old photographs that came with a job lot of postcards. And yeah, just looking at that because people love nostalgia. Some people do, not everybody. Anyway, that's where I'm at, and I'll post another short later. I'm going to kind of change. I've been cutting up longer videos and turning them into shorts. That kind of looks okay, but I think I'm just going to do some specific shorts on this. Also, my other avenue on the same channel is my bird rescue. So not my bird rescue so much, but my bird project on my allotment. I don't like to call it a rescue because you're not supposed to run rescues off of there. But anyway, those are all rescue birds that I keep as my own. Anyway, I've got to actually go out there now. I've got to catch a bus. Everybody have an amazing day. We have dreadful weather here in England right now, so I've got to go out and get as much. We've got a break in the rain right now, so I'm going to go out there and get as much done as I can before getting washed out and having to come back. So I will be posting some today, and I'll make a short on a couple of cards, and we shall carry on. Ciao.